What can be scarier than a Shaco running at you dressed up as a cat? I use Q ingeniously to box the edge of the brush. The enemies will not see this, and I am close enough to use my Q's empowered backstab. But I either support. This is like watching a mid-beast stream. Looks cool, but is actually shit. Holding E for the Jhin would have been 10 times better. At least we got his flash and cleanse. Lee Sin is probably running at my red buff, and I don't have a mid laner. So instead of recalling, I stay on the map and take my blue buff, Gromp, bot crab, and stay bot side. Running to my raptors here with a mid laner as useful as a wet paper bag would lead to my demise, mentally. So I gank bot, but my Q is awful. I should wait until the no flash Jhin shows on the wave, but when your blood pressure is high, logic is abandoned. We kill the Nico and recall soon after. Running out of base with just a pickaxe feels as underwhelming as reading Matt Long Harrison's patch notes, so I make sure my top camps are not up and then take aim at Lee Sin's Gromp. Because I am in a different continent, I head home for another pit stop to then charge at my respawning bot camps. After Gromp and walls, I see Lee Sin in the flesh, looking to put Kassadin out of his misery and myself. But the energy empowered monk threw his Q to North Korea and I could exhale. Or could I? Kassadin quickly forgot that other players can see what he's doing and ulted into the Malzahar and died. I felt like alt-tabbing to the Shaco main subreddit and titling a post like this chap, Mauled. But this Kassadin was ahead of his time. By giving Malzahar a free kill, he knew his counterpart would grow in confidence, and too much of it. After Raptors, I ganked the Malzahar with the help of Leona, giving Void Vader a free kill. Shortly after, Lee Sin and I were contesting the top crab. Lee Sin used Q on the crab, so I knew I had the cooldown advantage, so I Q'd him for some damage, and we chased wannabe Insect out of his jungle. I should have finished him off, but with ping as fluctuating as a Shaco player's mental, I stalled my second Halo Blades attack and spiraled into insanity. Kassadin died, and the Nico was evidencing her personal vendetta against me by hunting me down with the same amount of endeavor it took for Sail Raven to comment this on Shaco's wiki page. We don't need to rework this freaking garbage. Lee Sin died in the crossfire, but I miraculously survived. Grateful for my escape, I left base with a newfound focus. Nico and Jhin were top, so contesting grubs would be impossible. I had to do something bot side. I did blue buff to hit level 6, only to gasp at Lee Sin showing in the bot lane. Instead of taking grubs and pressuring my top camps, he decided to trade 1-for-1 with my support. This macro is undoubtedly why his border is purple. After tickling the Urgot, I was shocked to see the enemy bot lane appear. It was as if there was an invisible magnet nearby. I retreated from enemy territory and did my Gromp and the bot crap. But Lee Sin was not here, so surely he would be taking grubs, maybe even my top camps. So I targeted the lonely Jhin, who was probably typing to himself in chat to stay amused just like this Shaco from back in the day. This was like the Battle of the Somme. Kills were exchanged, as was hope. Kai'Sa finally escaped no man's land and was now 6-0, which prompted me to almost report her for using her major item advantage, and Sion to positively spam ping her even though I was the catalyst for her ascension to greatness. I ran out of base with a Cyclo sword, and the knowledge that I still cannot contest grubs because Kassadin is 8 levels away from being useful, so I leave my Krugs and do red buff, raptors, and trespass into the enemy's bot side jungle. We killed the Jhin, who I don't think will ever play AD carry again, and I conjured up some Shaco wizardry to kill the overconfident Malzahar. Lee Sin got grubs, but at what cost? We then did Dragon, and I started to recall, but Kai'Sa is the most fed, so I want to align my tempo with hers. Because she stays, I stay. I do my entire bot side as Kai'Sa gets to the mid tower and kills the mentally broken Jhin. I capitalize on my AD carry's welcoming success to steal Lee Sin's raptors and eventually recall along with my Kai'Sa. Enthused by my materialization of gold, I do my raptors and then hunt down the hopeless Jhin. I backstab twice and then R to dodge his 4th shot. If Jhin wasn't already depressed, he now surely was. I save my E for the killing blow, and as I start the Rift Herald, the enemy team surrender. They should lose double LP for FFing to a no-skin Kassadin before he even hit level 11, let alone 16. Follow the page, and don't be shit by.